Alright, hello everyone, my name is Shep, welcome back to the Butcher's Circus, and today we are going to be playing Highwayman and Hellion. So people have suggested me to play these two characters, and I just realized that my Hellion's name is still Shenas number 2. So I will change her name to Dr. Livesey if this match does go well, but that's the one condition. So we're playing against J-Man's old gold, but not played by J-Man, played by a random veteran called Madden 420? Yeah, Madden 420, nice name. Starts off with immediate Hound Series while I still don't have to repulse up, which is definitely a smart move. And how have I set up this team here? Because this is definitely not my usual setup. So I have Highwayman with the Repulsed, obviously. I have Duelist Advance on him, I have the Wicked Slice, and this is kind of a mix and match between DOT and damage. So it is gonna try getting death blows, not really gonna try winning through stress, but yeah. We have the Parrying Dagger and the Grim Bandana, so you have a very decent amount of damage. Actually, I should have taken away the Grim Bandana, I should have put the finisher there, but I forgot to do that, but oh well, it's fine. It's still gonna work with Wicked Slice for all that nasty damage. We have the Hellion with the Eagle Eye Talisman and the Crushed Amok, so she's here to use that breakthrough. And let's go see how it does. We still don't have a command buff, but one thing we do have is +8 accuracy from the Retribution actually getting a crit, so we do get to hit our opponents pretty hard, and that was a pretty hard hit indeed. We did some serious damage, and the Hemlock Blight did apply on 2 out of the 3 characters. So I'd say that was successful for our Hellion. So our Flagellant here is going to get slammed, but he doesn't get pushed, thankfully. So yeah, we have the Man-at-Arms here, which is going to be the one kind of holding the team together. He has a second repulse, which is okay, and he has command buffs, which the rest of the team is really going to need in case we run into a big dodge. There isn't really huge dodge here, so that's not going to be the most massive of problems right now. I think she wants to go Festering Vipers, but at the same time she really wants to go Rejuvenation, so I'm not sure what I want to drop here. I think I'm gonna drop a Vendetta on her, which is, it's gonna make it so I still don't waste my damage with Duelist Advance. I'm still gonna do a lot of damage with Duelist Advance. I really like going Vendetta first and then Duelist Advance, but it's gonna make it so if she did go Festering Vapors, she would for sure eat Repulse, because she would have no dodge to deal with it. So right now we could drop a Reclaim here on someone, but we really don't have to, so I'm just gonna drop a Punish on the Abomination and try focusing him down. And of course we have the Flagellant in position 1 with the Gauntlet of Absolution, because you just can't go wrong with it. And we have Reclaim in case we did need to heal the other characters, because he's really our only healing character. And as a second trinket, I could have put anything on him, but I decided to bring the Finisher, because it could be good for the end of the match, and I've been meaning to try out Finisher Flagellant, because I think it is decent, but you can also hit yourself if you do go Rapturous or something, so it's not that fantastic. Now, there's just going to be a Hound Series to the Repulse. I could go very poorly, but there's only 9 damage. It's still the right play, I believe, because there's still only 1 Repulse, right? And I'm definitely going to drop Duelist Advance now, but it's a little late, and there's a lot of stress being applied against me, which isn't fun, but here we go, crit 20 on that Duelist Advance. This is kind of why you go Vendetta first, because then your Duelist Advance isn't going to do like 7, it's going to do like 20, which is a lot cooler. And now that Abomination isn't quite dropping to 0, but he will be dropping to 0 soon, and I will have 3 actions to try and hitting him. So that is good. Once you start getting characters close to this store, you have a lot of offensive actions, which is great. We don't really have anything to deal with guard, apart from, just going AoE with the, how do you call it, with the breakthrough, but yeah, it's okay. So he's gonna de-transform here, probably gonna go for self-heal. There's no world where you go Beast-Spile right now, he really cannot go Beast-Spile. So he's just gonna go for the self-heal there, which does make sense. I think I will just reply with dropping a nice Punish. I don't really need to go for accuracy buffs against this team, thankfully. So I'll just drop the Punish there. Sadly, we do a min roll, and we don't even apply the bleed, so thank you, Spiked Bat. Wait, where are you? Yeah, we don't have Spiked Bat today, so I'm kind of paying the price already for not bringing it, but it's okay. We do have Finisher, so that might come in clutch later. Right now, this Man-at-Arms is in a really good spot to just keep spamming that bell. There's really nothing I can do about it. Or you can just use the Defender, which is also difficult to deal with, but we will try pushing through it. I am just gonna drop a command buff here to give us a little bit of accuracy so we don't miss any unlucky ones, and so we keep getting crits, because right now we have 3 crits, which is kind of surprising, because the match isn't going too well, which probably means that this team wasn't optimized perfectly, but it's not an easy matchup going against regen and a lot of protection, right? It's never an easy matchup. So here we could drop I mean, we have to drop another Adrenaline Rush, right? And these three characters aren't gonna work too well together, but it's okay. We do some decent damage, and eventually they're gonna start ticking down to 0, so that's good. Really wish I had applied another bleed there, but yeah, the Abomination's gonna get twacked kind of freely. He has to hit into the riposte, so it's not that great for him. So here comes another Bellow. I'm not afflicted yet, emphasis on yet, but that might come soon. I think I'm okay just dropping a Punish as of right now. Yeah, I don't really have to go for a heal. I don't think I'm gonna drop down to 0 immediately. There's no chance of just transform Rage into Harry and Festering Vapors because... Oh, I failed to bleed again. Because he stays, right? Yeah, I'm not sure if you remembered in the last video, but I literally talked about it. This is the curse of the Spiked Bat. Once you do take it off, you're gonna start failing every single bleed, and it just feels terrible. We got an 85 on the Abomination. Now he has more bleed resistance because the Garby, yeah. He got an 85, and then failed, failed an 85, and now failed a 65, so... the chances aren't going too fantastic for us, I will say. I'm just gonna click here and I'm gonna go Retribution, because I don't think Tool's Advance is gonna do 15 against the character with Protection, and also with a Battle debuff on us, and also because we're gonna go Afflicted soon. There's gonna be another Rejuvenating Vapors that time region. I'm gonna have to figure a way around it. I think it's... oh, there's 13 regen on the doggy, that's... oh my god. Okay, we do have Masochistic, which isn't terrible. And I'm just gonna go on the doggy. I do 11, which means that the Breakthrough might actually do 4 damage, I'm not sure. We need to get a little lucky. We only got Bellow debuffed once. You know, we do have 50-50 chances of resisting that Bellow debuff, so it would be nice if we resisted it again. Here comes the Slam. It actually does enough damage. Yeah, it was likely to do enough damage with 2 transformation buffs. And now I'm just gonna put the Flagellant into position 4, which does put him kind of safe considering there's 2 ripostes, I guess. Yeah, we do 4 damage, so that's pretty nice. That's gonna be... we actually do 4 damage because we have pulse damage versus bleeding. Yeah, that's why we did so much. Not so much, it's not very much, and he's still gonna regen through the Lick Wounds and the Rejuvenating Vapors. So it's not fantastic for us, but if he does decide to go Houndsary, you'd have a rough time. But he does have Hound's Rush. Would you look at that? Someone actually bringing Hound's Rush, like I usually do. That's actually going to come in very clutch for you now, because you can hit my Flagellant if you wish to, and I would definitely hit the Flagellant here. I think that would be a great play. So one big problem with running Highwayman and Hellion is that I'm not running them in their stress variation. I think running stress here would have been smarter, because if you just go against something like this, then you can see I'm having a pretty rough time. But it's not the end of the world, we're gonna try making it work. I'm just gonna heal the Hellion here, keep her alive, and of course get my Flagellant out of this store. So yeah, they're 2 of the 4 worst characters. I made a video about that. I will say I probably have to rectify that video. I think Occultist is way better than what I put him in. I was just kind of skeptical about the Occultist back then. It's just that there's some matchups where he really sucks, which is when you play against Shieldbreakers. And speaking of, I would really love a Shieldbreaker right now, because I could actually pull these characters and I could actually put some disruption in against my opponent, but having no disruption really sucks when you're playing against a stress team like this. But yeah, we are gonna go Hopeless here with the Hellion. We do not have the Savage Gauntlet, so we don't have plus damage while afflicted. That would be nice, but yeah. I am gonna go for... there's just too much there. I don't have Open Vein. Maybe I should have Open Vein here. Not entirely sure. I'm gonna redo this team and I'm gonna play it as a stress team. I think that's what's gonna happen here. But right now I'm just gonna drop a Wicked Slice here, right? Yeah, I'll just drop a Wicked Slice on him. We have a really good crit chance, and we did get some solid crits, but it feels like they weren't helping us quite as much. It's round 4 and my characters are all close to... well, they're all almost afflicted. And even the Highwayman's already at 130, so that's not fantastic. There's still that region, nasty region, 9 points. Yeah, Tears of the Walls is such a great trinket, honestly. It's just fantastic for a situation like this. Yeah, it's absolutely awesome. Like, it's winning the match for Madden here. If it wasn't for that Rejuvenating Vapors, like, I'd be pretty much fine. But the Rejuvenation, a team that's kind of suboptimal like this, it's just not gonna have fun. Here comes the Manacles onto the Hellion, so the only character without a riposte. And yeah, it doesn't make sense to try doing that to her. I still have some repulse rounds, so I'm gonna just drop a bellow here to reduce some damage. I don't know. I didn't really have stress as my secondary win condition. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna remake this team, make it stress, but I'm gonna try getting a death blow here before we do just go for surrender, because maybe if we get a death blow, we could get some tempo going by having the Flagellant, right? He does have content map solutions, so we do have that going for us. It's very difficult for the old goal to deal with the Flagellant content map solution, because they don't really have anything that can deal with him. Man at Arms is kind of useless. The Abomination is good during his transformations, but then he kind of becomes weak. And then these two just do AoEs, which basically don't do any stress because gauntlet, but they will just be doing damage slowly but surely. So here I'm just gonna drop probably a breakthrough, right? Let's see, what's my hit chances on if it bleeds? Yeah, it's not fantastic. I'm gonna drop another breakthrough, and yeah, we're doing laughable amounts of damage at this point. Honestly, with this amount of defense, there's 20 regen on the doggy. I don't think there's any way I win this. So GG to Madden, he plays his defensive teams quite tight, and that was well played by him. So we're gonna remake the team, see if we can make it a little better. Alright, and here we go for a match number 2 against someone that looks like they're quite excited to see me, but I'm not quite excited to see their name. I always want to cry. That's a very sad name. But let's see what they have going on here. So it looks like they are also going to bring a stress team like I am. And it looks like a pretty solid stress backline with Abomination Grave Robber. Interesting Rancid Cure on the A-Bomb, and defensive Antiquarian setup despite starting in position 2. And then a Man at Arms with quite a tanky setup. So now we're gonna have kind of a team that's based around the Last Stand team. So that's the team that has these 3 back characters and then the Flagellant. But instead of a Flagellant, we're gonna have a Hellion. So yeah, I'm gonna start off with a Bolster. So the idea behind this team is kind of to be defensive, and you know, even with the Last Stand team, the idea is to be somewhat defensive and then have a lot of command buffs and have your Highwayman just go, just go like, what do you call it, just go like super speed, or just go ham with Grape Shot. You're just gonna destroy everything with command buffs and Grape Shot, it's just gonna go wild. That's kind of what the team idea is. But with a Hellion here, it's going to be kind of similar. The Hellion is just going to be in position 1 spamming Yop. At least that's the idea. Oh, yeah, that's right. She can't move forward 3 positions like the Flagellant. I just realized. Well, I guess we're going to have to... Oh my god, yeah, this is just a worse version of the Last Stand team, but let's ignore that for a second. She can use Yop, and that's gonna debuff their accuracy and also do some decent stress. And that's good, because the Houndmaster in this team has a lot of dodge, with Bolster and the Padded Arm Guard Monkey Spawn, and also with the Guarding if he does decide to go for it. So yeah, we're gonna try making use of it. First things first, I'm gonna drop a Vendetta here, which is gonna miss. Oh no, it doesn't, thankfully. And it does reduce that dodge by 20%, so that's good. And after that, we're just probably gonna start spamming Houndsary here. I think that my opponent should 100% not go for the Hellion, because she's dead weight. So they're gonna start focusing down the Men at Arms with Blight, which is interesting, but it is their play. I'm gonna drop a Houndsary here, even though my hit chances aren't great. I don't think going for a guard right now is quite what we want, at least not yet. We're not going to go for a guard just yet, we're just going to do that first. I think my opponent's just going to de-transform Beast File here, that's what I would do. Maybe a command buff first, so it hits a little bit more reliably. I'm not entirely sure. There's also the very, very annoying move of going for another slam on the Hellion, so of course she has 15% move resistance, and she only moves forward 1 position, and if she does drop breakthrough, she dazes herself. And in a stress team, it is literally worthless. So yeah, we're having to deal with that, but we will try making it work. We will try. I'm gonna click here, and I'm gonna drop a command buff, right? Or I could drop a Duelist Advance first. I think I have enough accuracy. Yeah, I'm gonna drop a Duelist Advance first. I have more than enough accuracy to just drop it on the Abomination. We're definitely gonna try focusing him down, because he's quite an important character. That I think that would be the best play for us with Duelist Advance. And then Grape Shot is just gonna do damage to these 3. It's gonna make him consistently hit this door, and we're gonna try winning through that. I'm a little bit surprised, because there's going to be an immediate command buff, which is interesting. It is quite interesting. Now Beast Spell is going to have to hit into that repulse, so you do have to watch out because of that. But here I'm just gonna drop a command buff. The thing is, if there's V-Smile right now, you either repulse, which could potentially put you at death's door if it's a crit. I say potentially, but I don't think even with a crit it's gonna do enough. Yeah, even with all these buffs. I don't think even with a crit it's gonna do enough, but it's gonna do almost enough. And if you do that, not only do you eat a riposte, you know, you will get to prevent Houndsary, but if you don't do that, then Houndsary is just going to come with command buffs and it's going to do rather well. Even though the Houndmaster in the last stand team does not have Crimson Hook and only has... oh, Jesus, okay, that's annoying. And only has the Monkey's Paw, it can still do relatively well if he does have command buffs to do stress. But you know, when you fail the 95% bleed chance... oh no, okay, there's Vented Cure, that's fine. Yeah, when you fail the hit chances and you don't get crits, it's gonna be very difficult for you to win with the doggy. But it's alright. Okay, yeah, I'm very annoyed about that Panic Dodge, because there was only one command buff on that, right? So the hit chance was far from guaranteed, but, you know, dodge is a myth anyway. Here goes another slam, of course, and yay, my Hellion is all the way in the back. Oh boy, why am I playing Hellion? Well, she does get a nice crit on there. I suppose that's doing some okay-ish damage. Yeah, it's just Hellion things, right? If I had a Flagellant here, I would have a really good endgame against these characters, because Man-at-Arms can't win, Abomination's gonna have a terrible time against Flagellant, the Antiquarian isn't even gonna get a chance to go fetching Vapors, because if she does, she just eats her past, and Grave Robber can take out the Flagellant, but if she's taking out the Flagellant, the other characters are just killing her team. So there's that. So yeah, Last Stand team is definitely fantastic, but once you put a Hellion on it, I think that goes for every single team. This team is great, but once you put a Hellion on it, it's not so great. Huh? Okay, here I'm gonna go for what this team usually goes for. I could just drop another Houndsary here, but I will instead drop a guard on that Highwayman, and I will drop another command buff, and then we're gonna go for the Grape Shot spam. I think the Grape Shot spam here is what's gonna save our asses, so we were just kind of gonna go for it. We do have the Scrim Bandana for the plus damage, crit, and stress health, and we also have Sturdy Buckle, which is gonna make us a whole lot tankier on Siren. You kind of want to be careful about putting defensive trinkets on the Highwayman, because he already has Repulse, right? So it doesn't really make too much sense to put defensive trinkets on him, but at the same time it kind of does. Hopefully the debuff doesn't apply, and yeah, thankfully it doesn't. And you can see how difficult it is to do stress with this team. You have Man-at-Arms taking half stress, you have Houndmaster dodging, you have Highwayman taking 0 stress because of the guard buff, and you have Hellion. Normally you'd have Flagellant, but yeah, you have Hellion. Goddamn Hellion, she's so trash. But okay, we're gonna drop the command buff here. And yeah, that Highwayman is gonna hurt like crazy. And the problem with my opponent's team is that he does have disruption in the form of this Abomination, but if you do decide to go for your disruption right now, you're definitely dropping down to 0. I mean, just look at the damage I'm doing. Remove only 15% off of that, and I'm still doing like 12 to 25. And that's without a crit, and the crit is quite likely because of all the crit buffs I have here. So just gonna be a D-transform, probably stun on the Hellion. I think if I'm my opponent here, I would go for the risky stun on the doggy, because I feel like that would have been way more valuable. But yeah, here comes the Grape Shot, and look at that damage. I might be making another Highwayman.executable video, like Highwayman.exe. I made one of those in, like, way back in December, but my setup was garbage. Like, the video didn't look too good. Like, I made it on some phone app. I think it's PixArt or... yeah, I think it was PixArt, I'm not sure. I did that, but it looked really fun because it had music over it, had lots of juicy crits. Yeah, Last Stand is amazing for those juicy crits. It's just so much fun to play. And you can see like how much one Grape Shot already impacts my opponent's team. So here comes another Panic Dart. Honestly, just take my Hellion away. I don't care about her. Take her away, seriously. I couldn't care less. I'm just gonna click here, I'm gonna drop another command buff, and now is the point where you stop caring about keeping Duelist Advance up, you just start caring about spamming more Grape Shots. And you can see right now we have plus 80 accuracy on this Highwayman, because we have a Vendetta buff, we have a crit buff, use an immediate rejuvenating Vapors, okay, and we could drop another card, or we could drop the immediate Grape Shot. I will drop the immediate Grape Shot, and there's a reason behind it. I could get a... oh, look at that, so juicy. I could get a Houndsary to do enough damage to that Abomination now and just take him out immediately, which would be fantastic to do that, yeah. And look at our accuracy on the Hound Monster, like, we're just gonna hit anything at this point. That's last stand and command buff spam. It's just, oh, it's such a fun team to play with. It really is. So yeah, here comes the Man-at-Arms. Yeah, if I had the Flagellant here, like, there's no way I would have lost. But, you know, since we don't, we're gonna have to play this a little bit more smart. I'm gonna go ahead and drop a Hound's area here. We do not get the death blow, but look at our crit chance, 22%. That's an AoE ability that hits all 4 characters, by the way. It's probably even 25 on the Grave Robber. We do not get the death blow, sadly. Here comes the transformation. I'd say that's probably gonna be a slam on the Highwayman. Yeah, that's a guaranteed slam on the Highwayman. So there's that. We do resist the move, but sadly we have the can't be guarded debuff, so now whatever we go for isn't going to be quite as fantastic. We're not going to have the damage buffs, but we can still go Grape Shot, and it still does a reasonable amount. And considering that the characters are almost all at death's door already, they're going to get 3 afflictions. So good job, Highwayman. That's 3 afflictions on my opponent's side. Well, maybe the Antiquarian goes Virtuous. She's the one to resolve last, so we at least have 2 afflictions guaranteed. So there's that. If she was like in position 1, she could have gone Virtuous first, and then the other characters would have healed 5 stress. Regardless if you did like 50 stress with your Grape Shot, you would have healed 5 stress and you wouldn't have a resolve check. But thankfully that's not what happened. She goes Masochistic here. No, she goes Hopeless, okay. Yeah, the Man-at-Arms is the one that went Masochistic. Actually, we got 2 Masochistic, which is really not great. Especially considering all the accuracy buffs we have, but oh well. And now we're gonna have to start dealing with those Festering Vapors. Could drop another command buff, or I could drop an immediate Hanseri. I will just drop a Hanseri here, I believe, and see where that takes us. I think there's gonna start being Panic Darts onto my Highwayman, which is definitely a smart play. Because he's definitely not going to enjoy getting hit that hard, but he does have Sturdy Buckle, so he has a little less stress. We did use the Bolster round 1. But yeah, he's still gonna eat big crits. The Sturdy Buckle kind of counters the plus stress taken from the Grim Bandana, so that's okay-ish for you. And right now, I'm just gonna drop another Bellow here. We still have a lot of accuracy buffs, so we just drop the Bellow, do a little more stress. And this is turning out to be quite close. Hopefully I don't get stunned here, because I do have 50% stun resistance. That's gonna be a self-hit, which does 4, so that's not too shabby, but I don't think Grape Shot is gonna do 10 unless we get a crit, or yeah, we need a crit or a really high roll on that. Please don't apply the Val debuff. It is quite likely because I do believe he does have the Eerie Eye, so yeah, hoping for that not to apply would be wishful thinking. With the Masochistic Doggy, of course, minus 15 dodge on us. Yeah, that just sucks. That absolutely sucks. It's probably gonna be a stun on the Highwayman. I'm really hoping for Sturdy Buckle to give me some value here. Yes, there we go. That's the Sturdy Buckle value I've been waiting for. I'm gonna click here. I'm gonna drop another Grape Shot. Please give me crits. Oh, we missed one of them? Seriously? We seriously missed the Antiquarian. It's because she... Oh, that sucks. That really sucks. I needed to hit those. Yeah. I really needed to hit those. But it's not the end of the world here. I don't think we're gonna get too many more actions out of our Highwayman, because there's still more stun chances. Or are there more stun chances? Oh, I'm dropping to that store here. Ow! That's terrible. Oh, goddamn Hound Monster, how did you get hit so hard? It's always the same thing. He gets hit when he shouldn't be, and then when he has to go for those cards, you know, he just went Masochistic. So now if I drop a guard, I'm just asking for him to die faster. So I can't really go for that. Please, Sturdy Buckle, give me another stun resist. Oh no, yeah, that's a stun. Okay, I can say goodbye to my Highwayman here, I believe. There's just gonna be Panic Darts, and he's really not enjoying himself. I do go Paranoid though, so that's some decent dodge. You know what? I really want to keep him alive. I'm gonna attempt going for a guard on him, but Paranoid immediately says no. Oh jeez, and here come the Bellow debuffs. Okay, we have some decent stress on my opponent's side. Can you imagine if I had anything but a Hellion? Like, just anything but a Hellion. An Abomination, even if we were in position for the entire match, we would have transformed twice. Now these characters would all be at heart attack level, and the Grave Robber would be afflicted for sure. Can you imagine that? Yeah, anything but a Hellion. It's gonna be this title's video. This title's video! Good job, Chef. No, this video's title. That is gonna be a guard there, which is interesting. I suppose just keeps the Abomination alive for a little longer. I'm gonna drop another guard here. Hopefully this one works. Hopefully this one does work here. Okay, we do get that guard, but there's still festering vapors and we're still stunned. So it's not fantastic, but the man-at-arms might resist for a while. He might resist some lots of stress, and it's gonna take a while before the DOT actually does get him down to 0, so we do have that going for us. Still 3 afflictions. I'm really hoping they do something, but we didn't really get fantastic afflictions on my opponent's side. Is there no justice in this world? Yeah, it looks like there isn't. We have terrible accuracy right now. Where did our... Oh, are we gone? We're not, but we're almost gone, but we're just gonna drop a Hansari before we are gone. I'm gonna click here. Okay, mark, okay, that's fine. And I'm gonna drop it. We do still have 3 characters, which is lucky. How did we get a bleed there? Excuse me? Did we just... Okay, 90 bleed resistance. Yeah, that's justice for you. We did get a bleed there on that abomination, and he is bleeding out, kind of, yeah. Slowly but surely he is bleeding out. And he does have some decent stress on him, but there goes my doggy. He was dead anyway, so the death blow isn't really lucky per se. And now we're gonna... I mean, if we got 1 grape shot crit right now, with the plus damage from the command buff, we would just win the match on the spot, I believe. But we need a very nasty crit at this point. Panic Darts, please don't crit. Can you stop? Seriously? Okay, that's an affliction now. Yeah, we get afflicted here. Ah, that's annoying. And we go abusive. Perfect. We're gonna hit. We're gonna hit the Highwayman. Oh boy. Here comes probably Bellows, or maybe command buffs. There's no command buff, so I could be dodging like crazy. I have 39 dodge on my Highwayman, but sadly no dodges. Well, I think we have to drop a command buff here so we actually hit, right? Yeah, our hit chance right now is Garbo, so we need to drop the command buff if we want to hit, and it's also going to give us plus damage. Thankfully, he doesn't say no, so this grape shot could do some serious hurt. Come on, I really need some nasty crits. We've been Bellow debuffed twice, which sucks, and we are at this door, which also sucks, but we have plus some decent damage. Maybe we can do enough. Yeah, maybe, just maybe. Okay. Take cover on that anti-courageous just so she doesn't die from the grape shot. Makes sense. I might do that. I would have done that too, I believe. And yeah, we do enough damage to drop the abomination down to 0. Let's see, we get 2 crits! Is that enough? Oh, that is enough to get him out of the match. That's epic. That's actually epic. 2 crits on that. And the Man-at-Arms is almost gone. The Grave Robber goes afflicted. Oh boy, are we gonna win this one? Oh, can you imagine actually winning this one? I'm mostly scared of that Antiquarian, because she's always gonna have that festering vapors. But hopefully she doesn't get too lucky with it, yeah. Maybe Hopeless passes or something, I don't know. Here comes more Panic Dart. She does go Hopeless, which is good for us, I believe. And you are dropping down to 0, so a Bellow is gonna take you out if I do decide to drop a Bellow. Yeah, I'm gonna drop a Bellow here. I think I will drop a Bellow at this point, because I do still have another guard turn. Why do you have another guard turn, Shepherd Doggy? We're using Protector's Kite, and you have plus guard duration. It's a decent trinket. I don't run it very often. Please, abusive, don't. Oh no. Yeah. No, I don't think we win this one. Oh. You know what? I really tried. I really tried making Hellion work, but after 2 very saddening matches, I do not think we are going to win. Yeah, just Hellion things, I suppose. If I wasn't playing with 3 characters, maybe I would have won this match. Yeah, I might as well have been playing with 3 characters. Well, GG to my opponents. They played very well, so I will give them that W. So yeah, hope y'all enjoyed the video. I did. I love playing Glassland. It's just a really fun team. Yeah, you get out of here. So yeah, hope y'all enjoyed it, and I'll see you again another time. Cheers.